What is the Confederation of Planets in service of the one infinite creator?
6.24. Questioner. Do any of the UFOs that are presently reported come from other planets here at this time?
I am Ra. I am one of the members of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the infinite creator. There are approximately 53 civilizations comprising approximately 500 planetary consciousness complexes in this confederation. This confederation contains those from your own planet who have attained dimensions beyond your third. It contains planetary entities within your solar system, and it contains planetary entities from other galaxies. It is a true confederation in that its members are not alike, but allied in service according to the law of one.
7.1. Questioner. You mentioned that you were a member of the Confederation of Planets. What avenues of service or types of service are available to members of the Confederation? Would you describe some of them?
I am Ra. I am assuming that you intend the service which we of the Confederation can offer rather than the service which is available to our use. The service available for our offering to those who call us is equivalent to the square of the distortion, need of that calling divided by or integrated with the basic law of one, in its distortion indicating the free will of those who are not aware of the unity of creation.
7.2. Questioner. From this, I am assuming that the difficulty you have contacting this planet at this time is the mixture of people here. Some being aware of the unity, some not. And for this reason, you cannot come openly or give any proof of your contact. Is this correct?
I am Ra. As we just repeated through this instrument, we must integrate all the portions of your social memory complex in its illusionary disintegration form. Then the product of this can be seen as the limit of our ability to serve. We are fortunate that the law of service squares the desires of those who call. Otherwise, we would have no beingness in this time-space at this present continuum of the illusion. In short, you are basically correct. The thought of not being able is not a part of our basic thought form complex towards your peoples, but rather is a maximal consideration of what is possible.
7.8. Questioner. At what point would this calling be enough for you to openly come among the people on Earth? How many entities on Earth would have to call the Confederation?
I am Ra. We do not calculate the possibility of coming among your peoples by the numbers of calling, but by the consensus among an entire societal memory complex which has become aware of the infinite consciousness of all things. This has been possible among your peoples only in isolated instances. In the case wherein a social memory complex, which is servant of the Creator, sees this situation and has an idea for the appropriate aid which can only be done among your peoples, the social memory complex desiring this project lays it before the Council of Saturn. If it is approved, quarantine is lifted.
9.32 questioner. Thank you very much. Can you tell me how the Confederation of Planets was formed and why?
I am Ra. The desire to serve begins in the dimension of love or understanding to be an overwhelming goal of the social memory complex. Thus, those percentiles of planetary entities, plus approximately 4% more of whose identity we cannot speak, found themselves long ago in your time seeking the same thing: service to others. The relationship between these entities as they entered an understanding of other beings, other planetary entities, and other concepts of service was to share and continue together these commonly held goals of service. Thus, each voluntarily placed the social memory complex data in what you may consider a central thought complex available to all. This then created a structure whereby each entity could work in its own service while calling upon any other understandings needed to enhance the service. This is the cause of the formation and the manner of the working of the Confederation.
0.33 questioner. Such a large number of planets in this galaxy. I was wondering if you say there are approximately 500 Confederation planets. That seems to me to be a relatively small percentage of the total number of 4th and 5th density planets around. Is there any reason for this relatively small percentage in this Confederation?
I am Ra. There are many confederations. This confederation works with the planetary spheres of 7 of your galaxies, if you will, and is responsible for the callings of the densities of these galaxies.
0.13 questioner. You mentioned that there were a number of confederations. Do all serve the infinite creator in basically the same way, or do some specialize in some particular types of service?
I am Ra. All serve the one creator. There is nothing else to serve, for the creator is all that there is. It is impossible not to serve the creator. There are simply various distortions of this service. As in the Confederation, which works with your peoples, each confederation is a group of specialized individual social memory complexes, each doing that which it expresses to bring into manifestation.
21.17 questioner. How did the Confederation send this love and light? Precisely what did they do?
I am Ra. There dwell within the Confederation planetary entities who, from their planetary spheres, do nothing but send love and light as pure streamings to those who call. This is not in the form of conceptual thought, but a pure and undifferentiated love.
25.5 questioner. You spoke of an Orion Confederation and a battle being fought between the Confederation and the Orion Confederation. Is it possible to convey any concepts of how this battle is fought?
I am Ra. Picture, if you will, your mind. picture it then in total unity with all other minds of your society. You are then single-minded, and that which is a weak electrical charge in your physical illusion is now an enormously powerful machine whereby thoughts may be projected as things. In this endeavor, the Orion Group charges or attacks the Confederation, arms with light. The result, a standoff, as you would call it, both energies being somewhat depleted by this and needing to regroup. The negative depleted through failure to manipulate, the positive depleted through failure to accept that which is given.
25.6 Questioner. Could you amplify the meaning of what you said by failure to accept that which is given?
I am Ra. At the level of time, space, at which this takes place in the form of what you may call thought war, the most accepting and loving energy would be to so love those who wish to manipulate that those entities were surrounded, engulfed, and transformed by positive energies. This, however, being a battle of equals, the Confederation is aware that it cannot, on equal footing, allow itself to be manipulated in order to remain purely positive. For then, though pure it would not be of any consequence, having been placed by the so-called powers of darkness under the heel, as you may say. It is thus that those who deal with this thought war must be defensive rather than accepting in order to preserve their usefulness in service to others. Thusly, they cannot accept fully what the Orion Confederation wishes to give, that being enslavement. Thusly, some polarity is lost due to this friction, and both sides, if you will, must then regroup. It has not been fruitful for either side. The only consequence which has been helpful is a balancing of the energies available to this planet so that these energies have less necessity to be balanced in this space-time, thus lessening the chances of planetary annihilation.
.7 Questioner.
Very important point, I believe. Does a portion of the Confederation then engage in this thought battle? What percentage engages?
I am Ra. This is the most difficult work of the Confederation. Only 4 planetary entities at any one time are asked to partake in this conflict.
25.9 Questioner.
Then I am assuming this is the most effective density for this work. Would this density and entity of this density be more effective for this type of work than, say, an entity of density 5 or 6?
I am Ra. The 4th density is the only density besides your own lacking the wisdom to refrain from battle, sees the necessity of the battle. Thus, it is necessary that 4th density social memory complexes be used.
5.10 Questioner.
Am I correct in assuming then that 4th density on both sides of both the Orion and the Confederation sides are in this battle, and that the densities 5th and 6th on the Orion side do not engage in this? Is this correct?
I am Ra. This will be the last full question as this entity's energies are low. It is partially correct. 5th and 6th density entities positive would not take part in this battle. 5th density negative would not take part in this battle. Thus, the 4th density of both orientations join in this conflict. May we ask for a few short questions before we close?
Praise be our one infinite creator. We thank you, one infinite creator, for your love. We thank you, one infinite creator, for the light. All is one.